What's good, YouTube? Mellow Lemons here, coming at you with an introductory video to Might and Magic Chess Royale. Chess Royale is Ubisoft's entry into the auto battler genre, mixed with the side of Battle Royale, loosely inspired by the Heroes of Might and Magic games. If you've played those games in the past, you will most likely recognize some of the heroes and units that we will be playing with today. If you've played other auto chess games, then you pretty much know what to expect. Although Chess Royale does share a lot of the same core gameplay mechanics, it does take steps to set itself apart in a few key ways. In this video, I will be covering all the basics to get new players up to speed. If you already know a bit about auto battle games, then you'll want to check out a more advanced guide. I will have one coming out in the future, and I'm sure there are some on YouTube you can find if you looked around. So let's get started with the basics. Instead of 8 players in a lobby, Chess Royale pits you against 99 other players, so 100 total, in a series of 1v1 rounds that are divided into 3 key phases. You have the preparation phase, which is the same for most auto battlers, in which you buy units, place them on your board, buy XP, try and triple them, and make your board as strong as possible while you're fighting your unit. You have the actual battle phase, in which the units that you've bought and placed fight your opponent's units. And then a third phase, which you don't see very often, if at all, is the strategy phase, which lets you view strategic details on your opponents, such as levels, the amount of synergies they have, the amount of 2-star units they have, etc., as well as unit stats, such as how many, like how much unit is being picked up, how much damage the unit's doing, and stuff like that. A game ends when you're the last person alive or you've lost all 3 lives. So, there's 99 other players in your lobby. Each of you have 3 lives that correspond to one of the three heroes that you start out your matches with. A hero is defeated once you lose a round. Once all 3 have been defeated, you're kicked out of the game. Pretty straightforward so far. Let's take a look at units. Like most auto battlers, you will be buying 1-star units from the shop. The amount of gold they cost will differ depending on if it's a common unit or an epic unit, etc. So when you buy 3 1-star units, they'll merge together to be a stronger 2-star unit. If you buy 9 1-star units in total, you get a 3-star unit, which is the max they become. They get the best ultimate they have, and they get the normal HP damage increase that you see. Units are also part of different factions. So the Dryad, for instance, is part of the Sylvan faction and the Spirit faction. If you get enough different units with the same factions, then you will get synergy boosts, which will make your army composition even stronger than it would be otherwise. So there's Sylvan, there's a bunch of different synergies here. Each of them have their own units associated with them, and each of them have their own passive abilities that are unlocked once you have enough of that unit on the board. Leveling up happens organically throughout the match, but you can also put gold towards XP if you so wish. To level up faster, you would do this because the higher level you are, the more units you can put on the board, and also the higher level you are, the more chance you have of finding rarer units to buy. So, let's check out the heroes, and this is what makes Chess Royale different from a lot of other auto battle games. You get to choose, there's about 15 heroes in the game so far. You unlock them via opening chests or by climbing the ladder and having them unlocked that way. You get to choose 3 to put in your warband, 1 representing each life that you have. You'll start out with your first hero. Once you lose your first round, you go on to your second hero, and so on until you're out of the game. Heroes have levels from, so this is a rare hero, he has levels 1 to 15. When he levels up, his stats increase, and these stats give your units stat increases also. So my level 5 Thulgar has 12 attack, which means that all of my units on the board, while this hero is in play, will have a 60% damage increase. Once Thulgar dies, then I'm on to my second hero, who also has 16. Is it also? Who has 16. My units will get 80% bonus damage instead. And then once he dies and Gem is there, I'll have 65% bonus again. So these heroes are changing your unit stats in real time based on which one is active during the game. Heroes also have a starting unit associated with them. So the three heroes you pick, each will have its own starting unit. So when you first start a game, you will have those units to put onto the field right away. Heroes, once leveled up, also offer synergy boosts for your army. Thulgar, for example, once I reach level 6 with him, will unlock a 20% damage and HP stat bonus for any units in the Fortress Synergy while he is the active hero. Our heroes also have battle powers that can go off once per round when certain criteria are met. So you'll unlock, so right now I have a level 5 Thulgar. By opening silver chests and azure chests and scarlet chests, I will get medals for each of my heroes. Once you have enough to level them up, you get to do that. Their stats increase, and then therefore your units get stronger throughout your games, which makes you better at the game, roughly. So that's heroes. There's a bunch of different heroes. A lot of them have different starting units. A lot of them have different battle powers. Let's take Anastasia, for example. Her starting unit is a ghost. Her battle power spawns a spider egg at the start of the game, which hatches after 5 seconds. And you can see that her stats are different from other heroes. So you'll want to base your army strategy around the heroes you have in play, so that you help secure more wins. The spells in this game, if I can find the ticker down here, there are spells that rotate every 24 hours that you can buy throughout your matches in Chess Royale. You have 2 common spells, 2 rare spells, 2 legendary spells. They unlock at different parts of the match, and they all cost different amounts of gold and do different effects. So a common spell, Soul Harvest, your units will recover 100 health when they slay a foe. Then just to skip to a legendary spell here, every 4 seconds, arrows are fired, dealing 100 damage to all foes. So these spells help shake up the game on a day-to-day basis. There's like 20 or 30 spells total, so there's lots of different combinations that you end up seeing throughout your days playing this game, and it definitely helps make the game feel different day to day. You earn medals for chests daily just by playing games. As you can see down here, I have 0 left to earn for the day. But once I do, you just play games, you get top 50, you earn medals, you unlock chests, you level up your heroes, you get better, etc., etc. So that's a lot of information to take in, so I'm going to jump into a game in a second. I appreciate you guys hanging tight for this. Please don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch or Twitter for more upcoming Chess Royale content. I would really appreciate it. My goal is to become a content creator for Chess Royale so that I can start doing chess giveaways and that kind of thing. So without further ado, let's jump into a game so that you can kind of take the information I've given you and see it in action. So we're in round 1. As you can see, I have 3 starting units I didn't have to purchase. These are the 3 that correspond to the 3 heroes I brought into the game. My first hero, Thulgar, is present on the board with his stats and his battle power available for me to read. So I'm just going to quickly put my units on the board. I'm level 3, so I have a max of 3 I can buy, or 3 I can place, I'm sorry. Here's the shop. I'm going to buy a druid, reroll the shop. Nothing really here that I want. Maybe we'll go stronghold. Alright, so here our units are auto-battling, as the name implies. And we'll see which one of us comes out victorious. Up here, you'll see our global army HP, so you can kind of keep track of what's going on throughout the course of a match. Ooh, and the tides have turned rather quickly there. It looks like we're going to come away with a draw. So when a draw happens, the round timer reaches 0. Both me and my opponent had units left on board, so neither of us win, neither of us lose. We just go on to the next match. So here we are in round 2. We can see that we got XP organically just through playing the game. We can also spend 2 gold to level up as well. Now that I'm level 4, I can place 4 units on board. I'll go ahead and do that. I have 3 different units that all have the Sylvan synergy. So now I have that unlocked, or as you can see by the bar on the right here. So when hurt, Sylvans have a 15% chance to deal 135 damage. Alright, so here we are in round 2. I've bought a few units while this was going on in the shop, so I can start putting together my team. The shop does not automatically re-roll itself at the end of the phase. So when I come back into my preparation phase, I'll be able to see the exact same shop as before. This is phase 3, strategic phase. I'll explain it next time we end up here, so I have a bit more time to do so. We can see up in the top right that there's still 100 players in the game. It takes at least 3 rounds for players to start dropping out because of the 3 lives. So we should start seeing that happen during this round. Alright, so I have the chance to get a 2-star Lava Elemental. I have 1 on board, 1 on my bench, and when I buy the 3rd one, it will automatically merge them into a single 2-star unit. Its HP has gone up, its damage has gone up, and its ultimate now deals 40 damage to nearby foes instead of 20. And if we ever get a 3-star one, it'll deal 60 damage instead of the 40. Here we go into round 3. He has 4 units, we have 4 units. Global HP, you can see up at the top. It's a relatively fair fight, although it does look like we had the edge at first. And we're going to pull out the win here. So we can see that players have started dropping out of the game. Top 94. Now that we're down to at least 99 players left, we can start buying spells, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. Alright, we didn't have a lot of time between rounds this time, so I'll have to explain this next time. So this is phase 1, the preparation phase. You get to buy XP, you get to buy units, you get to buy spells if you so wish. So the common spells are unlocked, 2 gold each. You can see the 60 out of 60. These spells are global. So when I buy one, it'll go down to 59. These are shared for the whole lobby. So you see it went down to 58 there, even though I did not buy one. That is because somebody else in the lobby did. We're going to level up to 5 to put another unit on board. We're going to buy some units. Ooh, we're going to sell that. Buy the ranger. So now we have a 2-star ranger. We got 2 rangers on board, and we bought 1 and they automatically merged into the 2-star. We can see here on the side the list of synergies that we have active, so only these 2, and which ones that we're close to activating. We can also see what spells we have active, as well as how our units are performing. I'll show you that next round. So here's the strategy phase. I can see, compared to everybody else in the lobby, how many people have how many starred units. 40 people have 2 synergies. What level everybody is compared to me. So it gives you a lot more information than you're used to seeing during an auto battler, which is great information to have. So we're going to merge these into a 2-star triad. We're going to buy the treant so we can start working on a 2-star treant. So here's our team so far. We have the 2 synergies. We're working towards a few others. Excuse me. In this little tab to the right here, we'll see how our units are performing during the match. So you can decide which units you want to trade off for other ones, and stuff like that. So mine are blue, my opponents are red. We can see that my Ranger and his Valkyrie are pretty much the top damage dealers of this game. His Hydra, his Rune Priest, his Harpy weren't doing too much damage. But his Zealot and his Valkyrie are putting in a lot of work for him. It looks like we might end up with another draw. Yes, we do, so neither of us will lose life. I will lose my 3-game win streak though, which is unfortunate. You get extra gold for being on win streaks, I believe it's 2 gold. So there's our XP, organically going up even though we're not buying any at the end of each round. We're going to buy a dragon for 4 gold, and level up so we can place it on board. In the shop here, down at the bottom, you can see your probability of coming across certain rarity units. So I have a 22% chance of coming across a common, 30% for a rare, 3% for a legendary, and so on. As you level up, these probabilities change, so that they're more geared towards the top rarities as opposed to the lower ones, the higher level you get. Alright, so we won that round pretty handily, it looks like. Top 50 players already. So now that we reached top 50, more spells have unlocked for us to buy next round. So strategy phase, we can see everybody else in the game, what their lives are like, what heroes they're using, what synergies they have, what units they have, and what spells they have. So that's a lot of information to use, but you never know who you're facing next until right before the round, so you can't scout out someone's like army beforehand, or you can't pinpoint exactly who you're gonna face until later on into the game. So top 50, we now have rare spells unlocked. I'm not gonna buy... Actually, I'm gonna buy this Radiance spell. And we're going to check out the store. Nothing really worth buying, so we're just gonna hold our last 2 gold. Speaking of which, unlike other auto battlers, Chess Royale does not have an like gold interest. So if I have 10 gold at the end of my round, I will not gain extra gold because of that. If I had 30 gold at the end of the round, I would not gain extra gold because of that. So everybody's always making pretty much the same amount of gold no matter what. In other games, such as TFT or Dota, I believe, the auto chess, if you have 10 coins, then you'll get an extra coin at the start of the round. If you have 20 coins, you get 2 extra. So you can kind of like snowball how much gold you have by saving your gold in the early rounds. That does not apply to Chess Royale. 6 gold to level up if I want to do that this turn, or I can just keep rolling for better units. We finally got a 2-star treant on board, that feels pretty good. So now we're just going to wait and see how this round goes out. Not too hot of a start. We're probably going to lose this, but that's okay. When you're seeing these hero portraits appear on each side of the screen, that is my hero or their hero activating their battle power. So here we are back in the strategy phase. Apart from other players, you can also see popular synergies, strongest spells, best DPS, as well as how many of each unit has been picked up during the game. So I see 107 people had picked Dryads, Dryads have been picked 107 times. So I know that I might have a hard time coming across those units. And I either want to stockpile them whenever I see them, if I'm going for Dryads, or I might want to avoid Dryads and try and go for a different synergy altogether, because I know they'll be difficult to find. Hydra's pretty good, but I don't think we're gonna go for it. Our team composition right now is only Sylvan, which isn't terrible, but usually you want to diversify the amount of synergy boosts you're getting. Alright, my ability goes off. Looks like it's gonna be a pretty close match, but we might be able to win this. Yes, okay. So now we're top 13, top 12, top 11. You can see that there's only a few of us left in the game. So how's everybody doing? This guy's on an 8-win streak. We can see what how far he up is in the ladder, and his units and so on. So like the game gives you a lot of information between rounds, but also not a whole lot of information at the same time. Like we can see all of our 100 opponents, but we never know who we're facing next. So there isn't a lot of immediately useful information there. We can see how many of certain units are being picked, so we can stay away from them or stockpile them, which is information you do not usually get with these kind of games, which kind of helps steer you in a direction of what kind of army do you want, based on what everybody else is going for. Being able to tell like what level you are compared to everybody else is also helpful, just so you can kind of keep track of if you're ahead or behind of the average player in the game. So it definitely lends itself to a lot of like choices you can make based on all of this information that you're getting. So I can see one person has a red dragon, like one red dragon and one archangel have been picked so far. So like what information can I like gain from that? I know there's a few players out there already with legendary units in their warband, and I have to keep that in mind. Also, it'll be hard for me to find those particular legendary units because they're being picked up by other people. So we're in top 10, so we can choose legendary spells now. 6 gold. I don't think they'll be as helpful as I want them to be. Let's see. Ooh. Alright, so I can merge those into a 2-star stalker, so I'm just going to hold that store for now. Blend Feast is his, battle power going off. Looks like we're going to lose this round. We still have 1 life left after this. We're not too upset. But obviously we want to be doing as well as possible. Top 6. 1 person has 3 lives still. 2 have 2 lives still. And we're against Fighting Loki. Alright. 4 and 4 is 8. And 4 is 12. So we can level up and put another unit on board, which will be a triple or a 2-star stalker. So that is a pretty good increase in stats for that amount of gold, so we're definitely going to go ahead and do that. We're at a point in the game where we want to make use out of every dollar we have, so we can make it as far as we can, obviously. You definitely want to be gold efficient, since there's no way to snowball the gold that you are making. You definitely want to be making good choices with what you're given. whether that's putting money towards leveling up so you can put more units on board, whether that's rolling so you can get 3-star units, or whether that's just buying a bunch of spells and beating somebody that way. You have lots of choices, lots of options, and depending on what you do will definitely have an impact on how the games play out. Alright, so we can see our enemies' synergies up here, as well as the spells they had last round. So we have a bit of information that they're like a mage dragon composition. So let's see. We have 8 units on board. 6 of them are 2-starred. So to get stronger, we want a 2-star. Our green dragon would be ideal. There it is. Alright, so that feels pretty good. Round 13 is starting. Let's see how this goes. His hero activated their Blood Feast ability. My hero activates their Last Minute Care ability. Last Minute Care provides healing to my team for the last 20 seconds of a match. Blood Feast gives their units lifesteal for 8 seconds during the match. Looks like we're dropping out at top 4, unless we get a draw on this, which we did. Okay. So you can see that if that match had lasted any longer, I would have lost and been dropped out of the game. But I was lucky enough to get a draw, so now we're coming back for another round. We have another chance to get stronger and improve our position. 6 gold to level up and put down a 2-star tree end. Or I can buy spells. I would rather have the extra tree end on board, so we're going to go with that. So our dragon, which is here in the middle, its synergy boost is that it grants nearby allies 40 mana at the start of a round. So I want all of my units getting that bonus mana so that my ultimates can get off sooner. So that is why I have them positioned that way. Of course, positioning definitely matters in an auto battler, and if I had done mine differently, I may have come out with a win for this game. But we didn't. We got defeated. We made it rank 4, which is pretty good. We got our trophies. If we had any medals to earn, we would see that here. We got some coins. And then we have a game summary page, which lets us know what synergies we were working towards, which ones we had, the units we had, and some key stats. Gold spent in XP, gold spent in spells, etc. And then, so that is a match. Hopefully you've learned something from this introduction to Might and Magic Chess Royale. I know it ended up being a bit long-winded, but there's definitely a lot of information and a lot to learn about this, since it does have so many different things going for it. Although it is 100 players in a lobby, the matches usually only last 10 to 15 minutes, which is shorter than your average auto battler match lasts, which is something that drew me into this game in the first place. The game does have a subreddit, a Discord, and a Twitter if you want to go follow that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and follow, and I'll see you guys next time.